Okay, so welcome back everybody. I am approaching here. I'm at Railroad Pass right now. This is a new interchange that's been constructed here at the 95. Just a little quick talk about defensive driving. Just share a couple of my thoughts about it. I was a UPS driver for a short time, and during that time in my training I took the Smith driving, it's called the Smith system, driving system. And I would highly encourage anyone who drives a vehicle to take a defensive driving course. And the Smith system, I would highly recommend it. I think it's an excellent driving system. And especially if you are a full-time RVer where you're out here on the highways, you're driving around, and I think there's nothing more important than really learning how to be a very good driver, a very good defensive driver. I know for myself, the last thing that I want to experience out here traveling around is an accident, a ticket, anything of that nature. I just don't want to have to deal with it. It could be extremely costly, and I also don't want to carry, lots and lots and lots of insurance to, guard against this. So part of hedging those risks with not carrying a lot of insurance is you become a defensive driver. You learn how to drive defensively and you manage your risks. So I would highly recommend that you check out the Smith driving system, because basically all of us out here driving on the road, if there is an accident, there's going to be investigated to find out who is at fault. And if you're breaking the laws, I mean, it's going to backfire. It will backfire on you, So I'm a huge proponent of just defensive driving, obeying the rules of the road, and those that want to drive unsafely, you just let them pass you by, because the last thing you don't want, from my point of view, you just don't want an accident, and you don't want any tickets. You want a clean driving record, So, and if you manage your risks and you drive accordingly, you should be able to achieve that. Back to the Smith system, I know that when I first went through the driving training, the first thing I realized is how much I did not know about driving, or like how to safely drive, how to defensively drive, and just avoiding accidents, and how some of my driving habits really sucked. And it made me aware of that. So, and that's why I encourage you to really check out a defensive driving course. And you also, in some cases, you might be able to get a discount on your insurance if you've taken a defensive driving course. The very first thing, I think that from an RVing point of view, this is, like I said, the things that I'm talking about, they are part of the Smith system, but some of them are just my opinions and my style how I drive, how I choose to drive, is the number one thing for me is space cushion. So that would be your following distance between you and the vehicle ahead of you, and especially in traffic. And so what you're witnessing right now, if it's picking up, the camera's picking it up okay, is about a safe distance that I like to drive at. So in the event of a braking or something going on ahead, it's going to give me ample enough time to stop, and especially when I'm pulling a 11,000-pound trailer behind my truck, it's going to give me enough time to stop. Stopping distance is very, very important. So it allows me to achieve that. One of the things that can be frustrating driving in traffic is here's an example right here. He's pulling in front of me right now, so I'm actually going to back off a little bit and create that following distance again. And that's what gets frustrating when you're trying to drive properly, which is having enough space cushion. You've got people that are passing you and pulling out in front of you and everything, but don't worry about that, because like I said, you're not, you are driving defensively. You're out here to avoid an accident, and you're out here to avoid tickets. And let them get the tickets and let them get all the accidents that they want. If they want to pass you, just don't concern yourself with them. That's just my advice, my attitude about it, okay? And that's the way I process it all, okay? So right now, this is a pretty good situation. So I'm checking my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds. But back to the space cushion, another thing too, hopefully if I ever come to a stop, I try to leave 1 car length of space cushion in the event that it leaves me an out, in the event that, I don't get, you never want to box yourself in. you always want to leave enough cushion. So for myself, that's like just the most important thing, that I leave enough following distance so that I can stop safely if I had to stop, like immediately stop. And also it leaves me an out in the event that there's a backup and, you know, maybe I want to change lanes or something. It allows me enough room to maneuver the vehicle into another lane to give myself an out. So those are some of the fundamentals that really help me out a lot. You'll notice in this case too, in this driving situation, I'm driving in the center lane. And part of that reason is because, you know, there's off ramps here and people are coming off and people are coming on. When you're in the middle lane like this, it tends to flow better and there's less stopping and accelerating. It's legal to be in this lane. You obviously don't want to be in the passing lane, then that could be considered illegal, or if you're, you know, driving in that lane for extended periods of time. You know, like this guy right here, he just kind of cut me off like that. You know, now I have to basically back off and develop my space cushion again. You know, and then of course he's not going to be accelerating, he's just going to kind of pull right in front of me. So, you know, this is the kind of thing that happens, and you know, you just have to have some patience. And like I said, let him get the ticket, let him get the accident, or her, whoever it is, he or her. And you know, you just mind your own business and have, you know, have patience. You're not, you know, if you're out here as an RVer, I mean, you're not technically, you're not you shouldn't be in a big hurry. You're out here to enjoy the driving experience. You know, at least I know I'm out here to enjoy the driving experience. Traffic is moving pretty smoothly at this point, but as you can see, I have a good space cushion established in front of me, between me and the vehicle in front of me. Enough room to stop. This is kind of a safe distance that I generally like to keep. You know, another point with the Smith driving system is something called iLead time. So you're looking ahead. You're looking as, you know, as far ahead as you can, and you're scanning the road surface. You're looking way ahead for potential accidents. You're looking for potential anything that could cause you to have to brake and come to a stop. So you're constantly scanning ahead. Of course, a lot of these things are obvious, but I think it's just kind of something a lot of people are just, when a lot of people drive, I notice they're just focused, like, not very far in front of them. And a really good professional driver, they're looking way ahead. I mean, we're talking as far as they can see ahead, and because they're planning their next move, and they're preparing for what is to come ahead. So that's also a part of the defensive driving iLead time, looking ahead. Another way it's called is getting the big picture. So getting the big picture is, you know, you're looking ahead. You're looking far ahead in the distance and you're preparing for your next move. There's another 12 valve Dodge 5.9. Good to see those out on the road. That one's look like it's working. It's a workhorse. Just like my truck, it's a workhorse. So like, here's a situation, we got a truck that's got some braking or lights going on, and you know, this is, whoop, he's actually wanting to get, no, he's got his caution lights on. I don't know kind of what he's, anyway, so that's just a particular situation there. Oh, he was getting off the highway, but see, you know, he had his hazard lights on. He didn't actually have his signal. See, he wasn't exactly signaling his intentions. He had his hazard lights on. So that was a poor error on his part. You know, he wasn't, if he had a signal on, that would have told drivers he was exiting the roadway. So, you know, that was a poor choice on his part, or her part. As far as accidents and so forth, you know, the number one cause of most accidents is just speed. People are driving faster than the conditions allow it, or they're driving faster than they should be. You know, speed contributes to just so many accidents, and you know, that would be, you know, going down hills and so forth. People are going too fast. They're not able to stop their vehicle in time. So here we go. We got a little bit of stopping going on. So I'm braking right now, anticipating, you know, well, this truck up here is slowing everybody down a little bit, but you know, these people are eventually gonna, there you go, they're gonna move over and merge. But I'm just preparing accordingly, driving defensively, planning ahead, getting the big picture, scanning, Another one is called Scan, Don't Stare. Scan, don't stare. Just scan. Don't stare at anything. Just scan. Scan the entire roadway surface. People, objects, things, everything going on. You're just scanning, looking for a potential issue to come up. Now we're heading into the heart of the city, it looks like. The most crazy driving experience I ever had was when I drove through LA, Los Angeles on I-5 at night, okay? At night. And man, I tell you what, that was crazy. That was just like the Indy 500 and people passing you and cutting you off, and really, really crazy, man. Good old LA driving. At that time I had the truck camper. Like there's a move right there that, you know, just people, they come pretty close to clipping your front end, you know, and then he's cutting someone off up there. So those are the people that you got to back off and just let them go around you, and so they don't hit you. Let them get the ticket and let them get the accident. And people that drive like that, those are the people who get tickets and who also get in accidents, because they're creating an accident, they're creating a ticket, and it's just a matter of time before they get caught and they end up paying the ultimate price, which is the penalty. High insurance rates, maybe revoking their driver's license, you know. So, but you know, that's their choice. That's their choosing. And I'll just share a little side note, personal story for myself. I wasn't always a safe driver. When I was in high school, I ended up getting on high-risk insurance. I used to carry Vern Funk. Yeah, honk when you go by Vern Funk. Yep, high-risk insurance when I was in high school, because I thought I was above the law when I was younger. Like most of us, we think yeah, you know, we're above it. They're not going to catch us. You know, we can get away with it. See, it's only a matter of time before that kind of stuff catches up to you. So it caught up to me, and after I ended up paying the price of high insurance rates, I changed my driving habits after that, and I never, ever again drove like, you know, a stupid driver. So I think that's going to conclude today's defensive driving tips and suggestions. I hope that you got maybe something out of it, maybe some ideas. If anything, I would highly look into taking a defensive driving course. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.